tonight, Eric is going to take us through the iDecide, do some training on how it works, best practices. And if you're not a part of it, he's going to show you how you can become part of the iDecide family and use this to close a lot of customers. We've been having a lot of success with it. The way that we've been using it is every time someone says, "Hey, I want some more information," we just say, "Listen, we're going to send you something that's going to be customized for you. So whatever you want to get information on, you could go through the presentation at your own pace, as well as there's an AI option on there as well. So you can ask it questions in English or Spanish, and it's going to help you answer any of the questions you have as you go along. So what I recommend to people in the text is I just tell them, as you have questions, when you're going through it, if it's not answered, write it down and then go back to the AI and ask questions. And then also you could call us or text us or message us anytime, and we're happy to get back on the phone with you guys. So I want to turn it over to Eric. Listen, this has been a really, really great product. I don't know how many of you that have been using it, but you need to put it in your repertoire and use it as much as you possibly can. Because when people open it up, it's very, very impressive. And it's better than anything that I've ever seen in my life. And we are getting a massive open ratio. And then we're following up with all these people. I mean, they send a text, they send an email, they send you a reminder. You have all this information. So again, we put it in the chat today to you should invite your team when you sign someone up, tell them about this so that they can have this tool and they can learn from it themselves. I've gone through this thing 6 times and I've learned the different way to present things. So Eric, I really appreciate you getting on here tonight and sharing this information with us. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to be in and out because I'm going to be boarding a plane and going through it, but you're in good hands. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jay. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the leadership that I've been honored to be able to work with as we put this all together. So thank you, and you have safe flight. And we'll talk more tomorrow. But got some great news on the analytics, and then I'll jump into the training. But man, the analytics are already starting to come up. We're already seeing 25, 26, 27% close rates. Which, guys, that's staggering. But our goal is to get it above 30. We'd like to see it about 35%, in a very near future. So it's awesome that we're able to do that. So anyways, I'm going to jump into the training. You guys can hear me okay?
We can hear you perfect, Eric.
Awesome.
Absolutely perfect.
Fantastic.
Lola, if you could make Carlos a co-host, just that way he has the option to unmute and talk.
All right, guys, let's jump into this. Now, whenever we do a training, I'm trying to customize this a little more for you guys, for Lifewave specifically. So, but we're going to include some scripts and some things, some best practices today. But there's typically always three people on this call, three types of people on this call. And it's some of you got onto this call for some training, and you're really wanting to learn more about iDecide and what iDecide is. And so we'll get into that just briefly. And then some of you have signed up for iDecide and maybe started to use it a little bit, but don't really know how. And we're going to get into that and how you can send iDecides and some of the best ways to do that. And then there's some of you that have been using it, you're loving it, and we want to dig a little deeper. And we're going to get into some really cool best practices today to really help you take it to the next level. And I haven't shared this on another training, but I've got a little hack for you guys today that's really going to take things to another level that you're going to be excited about. So we'll go through this, and we'll open it up to questions afterwards. I'm going to go through the training part pretty quickly, but so that we can have more time for questions. But we're going to cover what is iDecide, why it works, because it's important to understand the psychology behind this, how to use it, and of course, like I said, best practices. So, when we talk about what is iDecide, the biggest concerns that everybody has when presenting your opportunity, your company, is it the first one is duplication. You may be really good at giving presentations, but you're building an organization, you're building future leaders, and duplication is everything, because how you bring somebody into the business is how they're going to bring somebody into the business. So even if you're great at sharing the Lifewave opportunity and presentation, make sure you're utilizing iDecide, because your new people will be able to do it as well and not have that fear of rejection. The other important thing to keep in mind is compliance. You guys are in a heavily regulated industry with the FDA. They're always looking at what people are saying, what they're doing, making false promises. iDecide is going to protect all of you, and it's going to protect the company because it's a compliant, approved presentation. We're also going to try to fix the attention span problem. We know that the average attention span's 8 seconds online. Well, that's not enough time to share the story. So what iDecide is designed to do is keep their attention, the prospect's attention, so that they can hear more about the iDecide Lifewave, product and the X39 and the opportunity. And by engaging them with the interactions and the things we do, they're going to stick with it a lot longer, so they hear enough information to make a decision. And then actually, guys, the number one thing that we're starting to see more often is the time savings. If you utilize iDecide the right way, and we're going to get into that tonight, the amount of time it can save you by sharing the information with people, so you don't have to give the presentation 30 times. You can literally spend an hour, send out 25 iDecides to people, and it's going to give 25 presentations instantly. So think about the time savings to allow you to be out prospecting and doing things to grow your business. And we'll jump into presentations. We want them to be fun, professional, effective. That's the important thing, right? We want to get results. We want them to still be short and provide data, and again, the duplication. I've shared this with you guys before, but there's a personalized, short, fully automated, interactive multimedia presentation tool. It's the shortest we can make it because it does so many things. So we want to make sure that, when you understand what an iDecide can do, it allows you to create and send iDecide presentations via any way you communicate with your prospect. We don't want to just make it where you can only send it to one platform. We want you to be able to send it the way you communicate with your prospect. So then the prospect's going to click on the link, and it's unique to them. It's going to have their name in it. 85% of the presentations you send should have the prospect's name. It should be personalized, because that increases the engagement result. When they click on it, their screen comes to life. They answer questions, but they're choosing to see what they want to see. They feel in control, and there is power in control when you're sharing the story with the prospect. And then you're going to receive text and email notifications when they start it, what they watched when they started to watch it, and at the end. And that's important for follow-up, and we'll get into that tonight. You're also going to be able to go to your iDecide back office or the app, and we'll talk about the app tonight, and you're going to be able to see all of your prospects you've sent the iDecide to and where they're at in the process in one easy location. And then lastly, we're going to send you notifications to follow up. It's critical. This is a great tool, but it only works if you use it, right? And if you use it right. If you don't follow up with people that are interested and they tell you they're interested, you're not going to have success. So we want to remind you to follow up every first day, third day, and fifth day after they've watched it to follow up. It'll ask you if you followed up already. If you click yes, it's going to stop sending you to the notifications. So if you're getting a lot of follow-up notifications and you followed up, make sure you're clicking on those emails, reading the email, and clicking I've already followed up. This is important, and we joke about it at iDecide, and Jay and I've had great conversations about this, and Esteban, the whole leadership team. We want to make sure you understand what iDecide is not. It is not a video, and it's important because it cheapens the brand when you refer to it as a video. iDecide's cheapens the impression. Your leadership has spent thousands of dollars with iDecide to be able to create this tool for you guys. But if you call it a video, they're already getting videos every day. Every company, every business is using videos. You all get videos. You're tired of videos. But it also adds a level of professionalism. Lifewave stands out above so every company out there in its technology. What you guys do with the X39 and with the stuff that's coming, right, with the water machine and X20 and all the things that Lifewave does, it is revolutionary technology. Make sure you're talking about how you're presenting the company with legendary, incredible, revolutionary technology. So don't call it a video. Don't say I'm going to send you a video. Tell them you're going to send them an interactive experience, right? Or an interactive presentation customized for you, right? Tell the prospect those things when you send it to them. Use it. So what we can do is show live websites inside the iDecide. You can do calculations. No one's ever seen this before. I assure you, I send these all day long when I'm selling iDecide and my team is selling iDecide, right? I've never had anyone say, wow, that wasn't impressive, or wow, I've seen this before. They've never seen anything like this. So use that to your advantage. Our company provides the best tools. Our company offers the greatest tools to help us grow our business, right? Be proud of the fact that your leadership found iDecide and invested the money to make sure you have tools that are going to help you stand out like your products do. It schedules appointments in the presentation, shows data in the presentation. Most of you have already seen the iDecide, so you understand what I'm saying. And it has the viewer's name in the presentation. And again, that is more important than you think. And if you talk to somebody, just in person, if you're talking to somebody, if you address them by their name when you're communicating, watch their facial expression, watch their eyes. They're going to pay more attention to you because you're addressing them by their name. And that's why we have it set up that way. People will ask us all the time, does iDecide work? Well, here's some of the things our own customers, and these are some of the customers, some of our clients have been with us forever. They're seeing 70 and 80% close rates. What you guys want to understand is the presentation you see today will not be the same presentation a month from now, 6 months from now, because we analyze all the data. We literally see where everybody's clicks in the presentation. We do this with your leadership every month. And we say, okay, 16% of the people are dropping off right here. We need to change that so those 16% don't drop off. So we make edits to the presentation and how we can keep them engaged through that part where we're seeing drop off. I hope you understand that's the power of iDecide. So you're going to see this change over time. What's nice is when it changes, you don't have to do anything. It automatically changes and updates in real time. So when you send a link, or even a link you sent out 6 months ago, it's already going to have the changes in it. Even if they've watched it twice before, now they're watching it again, it'll be updated. 500 recruits a month before iDecide. 2 weeks into launching iDecide, they had 2,000 new recruits in their company, in their team. It works, guys, if you use it. 90% close rates when set up correctly. I know that sounds unheard of. We have teams doing this, and I'm going to show you the secret to how they do that tonight. 25 years in network marketing, never seen as much excitement, energy as we have to launch iDecide. I share these with you not to impress you, but impress upon you. This is not a beta test. We are 7 years into this deal. We have developed and perfected this over 7 years. And we're all over the world, and I'll share some of that data with you tonight. But it's to really impress upon you how powerful this tool is and what the industry's saying. We're in 89 countries, 17, actually 21 languages now. We have to update that. But we've had millions of iDecides viewed around the world. So again, have confidence. This isn't a let's try this. This isn't a beta test with you guys. We know what we're doing, and we're going to help you grow your business. So let's jump right into the how to use iDecide. So we're going to show you I'm going to show you real quick how to send an iDecide presentation first, because it's important to know how to do that. But before I do, if you log into your back office in iDecide, and if you're using the app, click the settings and hit full back office. it'll take you to a screen that looks like this, and you'll have these tabs up and across the top. You see the video that says tutorials, make sure you watch those videos. It's going to show you and answer 98% of the questions we get. So when you click add new contact, this is going to be coming up, and it's going to allow you to put their information in. We need a first name and last name, and you want to put as much information here as you can. It'll work with just an email or just a phone number if that's all you have. But try to get as much information about the prospect as you can. And then you're also going to want to add, you'll see the notes. I use this all the time, guys. I do a lot of prospecting. I hope you do. If you don't, we probably need to do another training about that. I'm sure Jay does that with you. But if you're not out talking to people, when you meet somebody and you share just a few minutes with them about what you're doing, and you want to share some information with them, write it down. Met them at the coffee shop, right? So you remember how you connected with them. So I use that for notes all the time. And then you hit the save button. So you add in their information, you hit save. Now you'll see that they're added into your back office, and it'll show you the status of where they're at. And you'll see that they've never received an iDecide yet. There hasn't been one sent to Mike Jones yet, right? So it's going to automatically put it in your back office, and it's going to start tracking where they're at in the process. So then you click on send an iDecide, and you're going to select the contact you want. We chose the Mike Jones, right? And then you're going to pick which presentation. And right now you have a couple in your back office. You have Spanish and you have English. So you select the presentation you want, and it's going to load that into the back office, and it's going to create a page that looks like this. And there's a couple things you can do here, guys. You can copy this message with the link and then go paste it, or you can copy just the link and go to your media and how you're going to send it, and then type your own message. The message above can be edited. It makes it quicker if you just copy that, go to your message, your Facebook, WhatsApp, how you're communicating with them. And then you edit that presentation for your prospect, right? If you met them at the coffee shop, say that. Hey, it's Eric. I met you at the coffee shop the other day. I promised you I'd send you some incredible information. Here's an interactive experience just for you. I'm excited to share this with you. Enjoy, right? Something like that. And then you have the link in there. Don't edit the link. That is important. So don't delete that link. And so then you're going to send that message to them. Once you copy it, then you go back and you'll see now that it's got a sent iDecide, right? Sent Lifewave Spanish or sent Lifewave English. That means that you created the link to send. So then you go send it to your prospect, again, however you communicate with them. And then they're going to receive the link. And when they click the link, it's going to come up like this. This means they opened it. So you were going to see in your back office opened. That doesn't mean they watched it. The message that says started when they click anywhere on this screen is when that shows you that they actually started watching the iDecide. So you can click anywhere, you're going to see their names in it, and your contact information is there as well. And so they're already going, wow, this is just for me. And then when they click on it, you'll see that it says opened, as I said. Then their screen's going to come to life. You're going to get the notifications once they start watching it. So let me see if I can go back here. So the next thing I want to talk about is up here in the top with these tabs. This is something called Post a Link. And I will tell you guys, I'm already looking at the data. Some of you are using this way too much. This is not create this and blast it out to everybody. This is designed more for your social media, for posting it on, Facebook for random people that you don't have a specific user in mind. Okay, they're going to they're going to be asked to put their information in. So when you use Post a Link and it works, great. But when you use it, just understand your rates of engagement go down because people don't want to give out their information sometimes. But if used properly as a funnel, as a capture page on a a website or something like that, you can absolutely have effectiveness with this. So when you create a post a link, it's going to kind of do the same thing. It's going to ask you to pick what presentation, and then when you do, it's going to create this for you. So it's going to automatically let you share to Facebook. It'll let you copy it. So if you want to post this somewhere else, you absolutely can. Do not send this to an individual. Again, this is for people that you don't know and don't have contact information, that you're sending out and posting in social media and those types of things, or as part of a reel that you may have created. So you're going to copy that and click it to clipboard. One of the things that we do that's really unique is, if you notice, and this is for the techie people, if you want to embed this into a website, in an iframe in a website that you're creating for part of your funnel, we give you the code to do this with the link embedded right here. So you would copy all of that information and embed that code into your iframe on your web page, and it'll have the link and everything there. It'll have the iDecide there, and they just click on it to watch it. And then it'll ask them for their name and email address. So we provide that for you automatically, so you don't have to hire somebody to create that code. It's already there for you. When they click on the link, it's going to ask them to enter their information. We tell them right up front, we value their privacy and information, and their information will not be shared. One of the things I hope all of you understand is iDecide never shares, sells, or does anything with your contact list. Nobody has access to your contact list except you. We don't provide it to the leadership. We don't provide it to the company. Those are your prospects that you worked hard to get. We protect that for you. So when they enter their name, email address, and phone number, and that's optional, we have optional for phone number. When they enter that and they hit watch, it's now going to put their information in. So we put Susan Smith in, and it's going to go to this. And they're going to see the same thing as if you sent a custom personalized link. Her name is in it. Your information's there. When they click on it, it's going to come to life just as a regular iDecide. But if you go up and look in your back office, it took their information and added it to the back office. So you've now captured their information as a contact in your back office, and shows you what you've done and where they're at. It's a powerful tool, but you should only be using that for that cold market, social media market. So let's talk about tips. I've said it already a couple times. I'll skim through that, but post a link. Make sure you're including a message, guys. Don't just send the link on your social media. Make sure you're putting something in there that will make them want to give their name and number. They'll want to watch it. You know, this interactive presentation will blow your mind. You'll thank me later. You know, just little things like that. Everybody's personality is different. So you're going to want to make that, you know, as an example, that's what we gave you. But you want to make sure that, you know, they know, you know, to watch it. Get them excited to watch this. I've never seen anything like this. This is a custom presentation specifically for you. You can say that, right? Because when they have to put their name and number and email in, it's going to be personalized for them. So you can say that in that situation. So make sure you don't just blast this link out in all your social media, because I'm telling you, you're going to have low results. Get them excited about what you're sending and what you're posting.
Eric, real quick, can you I just want to make this very clear for them, and can you, again, I know you said this, but I just want to harp in on this one, because we're getting a lot of questions on that. The difference between the post a link, creating a post a link, or your personal somebody that can you go through that one real quick? We just did the post a link, but can you go back and just explain the difference of why?
Yeah. So when we were showing how to send an iDecide originally, where you click on the contact and create one with their name, that is a personalized iDecide. So that's why we have it in two separate tabs. Contacts lets you send it to an individual person, personalized. Post a link is for cold market social media, where they have to put their name and email in to watch it.
You
So
guys
when
get
they
it, right?
when you log into your back office, you see post link, that lets you know that that's for the cold market, and it's going to ask them for their name and email, and just know your results will be lower. And I know I harp on that because I want you to have success. If I run an ad in Facebook for iDecide, I'll use a post link, but I'll make sure they're going to want to click on it and they're going to give me their information.
Absolutely.
Right? I don't just post it out there cold and not say anything. And that's the real important point to make when using the post link. But I've noticed some people have zero personal iDecide sent, and they have 20 post links. So I know that they're only using post link for cold market. They haven't sent it to their warm market. And guys, I'm telling you, even if you've already talked to your warm market, even if you already, sent something to some people, send them an iDecide again. Re-engage them. I will tell you this: if you have people on your team that have kind of have fallen off, or even stopped really doing anything with in your business, send them the iDecide and show them the news tool in the Lifewave family of marketing tool. Show it to them, send it to them. You'll re-engage people, because typically the reason people drop off is it's the scenario of disaster. They get rejection, and people don't like rejection, especially if they're new. So they've gotten rejection, this doesn't work, and they quit. Send them the iDecide. You'll re-engage some of your teammates with you. I'm telling you, we see it all the time. So just another side tip for you all. Is that what you were looking for, Carlos?
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about the iDecide app, because really you can do it just about everything in the iDecide app, because it will also connect you to the full back office website right through the app if you click on it. So you want to go to your app store. If you haven't done this, go to your app store, iDecide Interactive, download the iDecide app. It's going to ask you to log in. It's the same login as for your iDecide back office that you got when you signed up. And then it's going to show you this screen where it'll let you add a new contact. So you can just enter a contact in like you do in the back office. You put their name in and those things. Or it'll let you import. So it's showing you now. You just put their name, phone number, and email in. There's notes again. Make sure you put some notes in so you remember how you met them. And then it's added to your back office. But you can also import from your phone's contact list. And so you click on import, it'll let you select a single person. So if you're like, you talk to your uncle Ron, and you said, hey, Uncle Ron, I'm going to send you something. I'm really excited about it. I'm worried about your health. And I think this will really make a difference for you. Whatever you want to say, guys. I ad lib, sometimes, but you'll select a single person. Then you can also import multiple people. So if you want to just add somebody real quick that you want to send an iDecide to, select single. If you want to bring in several names, hit multiple. Once you click on that, it's going to bring up your contact list, and you just check mark the ones you want to add. Do not add your entire phone list. This is a prospecting tool and a business building tool. You're not going to be able to track all 2,000 names in your phone list. You'll not be able to do it. Add 25 to 50 names, work those names, follow up with those names, and then go in and add more names. Manage it that way. It's going to be way more effective for you, because you're not going to let anybody slip through the cracks. So once you select the names you want, then you hit done, and you'll see it adds them in there. Then you want to send an iDecide, a personalized iDecide. We're going to send it to John. You click on John, and it's going to come up like this, and you're going to see the little arrow and the airplane that says send an iDecide. Click on it, and then it'll have you select which presentation, right? So Lifewave English, U90X Spanish, Wellness Revolution English. Use whatever team you're on. You select the presentation, and it's going to put it, if you're texting it, it's going to put it in a message with an editable message. So you can change that and make it say what you want. And it does it for email as well. And again, it's changed. You can change that message. And I encourage you to change that message. We put a message in there just in case you send it and you didn't do it. There's still something in there about it. And we want to remind you to make sure you're putting something in there. Just don't change the link, guys. Again, as I said before. So now that you know how to send iDecides, let's talk about some best practices. I don't have a slide for this. I don't think I do. We updated our training the other day because I want to share something with you guys that's pretty exciting. If you add a contact, and I know I'm going to get some questions on this, but if you add a contact in your back office and you want to send an iDecide, post one somewhere, but you know they're not going to put their email in with post a link, you can send an iDecide with no name in it at all and not ask for their information. So it works really good with capture pages as well, because you can capture their information later in the presentation when they want to try X39 or become a brand partner. If you create a contact and the first name is no, N-O, and the last name is name, N-A-M-E, and save that contact, if you create a personalized link that way, when you send that link to somebody or you post it, it's not going to have a name. It's just going to say welcome. And they can watch it. They don't have to put their information in. So, and they may have updated the slides, and I'll go into that again a little bit later, but just understand there's some differences there. You're not going to get notifications with a name in it. You're not going to know who it is. But the goal in doing that is, if you're seeing a lot of people not entering their email and their name in the post a link, you can use no name and they don't have to enter it, and they can watch the presentation. And it won't have their name in it, but they'll still see it and watch it. And the goal with that is the presentation's good enough at the end. They're going to say, try X39, or I want to learn more information. That's when they're going to put their information in, when they schedule a call with you, or they go to your website to try X39. So I hope that makes sense. Back into the training, and that's something that we're super excited about because it's going to help you guys. And we'll do more trainings on that. But please watch the tutorial videos. I've already talked about it, so I'm going to skip over it. We also do weekly text message short video trainings. And these are just little tips and tricks on utilizing iDecides. So if you want to partake in that, it's non-branded, it's generic, it's not for anybody specifically, it's just tips we send out. You can text iDecide, all one word. Sometimes autocorrect will make it 2 words, I and decide. Make sure it's together, iDecide, to the number on your screen, 866-824-7833. And that's going to allow you to sign up for that and opt into those training videos. If you're not receiving notifications, guys, this is a big one that we get. Check your spam folder, because a lot of times it can go into spam. And also go into your back office and make sure your email and your phone number are entered correctly, so that when it's sending the notification, it's going to the right email or texting to the right phone number. And remember, they're only sent when they start the presentation, not when they click the link and it's just open. They actually have to click on the open the link to start watching it, because that's when you want to know they're watching it. Personalize it. Send a personalized presentation, not a post link, whenever possible. Again, 85% of the time you should be sending personalized, right? If you engage with somebody on social media, you have their name. You may not even have their information. They may have commented on one of your reels, right? So you want to post an iDecide for them, right? If somebody comments on one of my Facebook posts, right, or one of my LinkedIn posts, they comment on it, I'll immediately comment back with their name in a personalized iDecide. I don't have their email yet. I don't have their phone number, but they engaged in my post and like it. So in the reply to their comment, I will post a personalized, not a post a link. You already got their name. They're already engaging on your social media, so you can get that information later. I'll go into my iDecide, add them as a contact, first name, last name. I don't even put in an email or a phone number. I'll put a note, responded to our Facebook, LinkedIn post, so I remember where that came from. And then I'll create a link, and then I'll go back into my LinkedIn, back into Facebook, WhatsApp, and I'll say, hey, I created this customized presentation just for you. Thanks for the comment. Hope you enjoy it. And then they'll click on it and their name's in it. So it's still personalized, and you're still going to get a notification. And if you don't remember, because you're doing a lot, right? I get comments all the time. If you don't remember who they are, now you go back into your comments, click on their name because you see their name. And in your notes, you're going to see commented on my post on LinkedIn. And then you can know how you remember how you contacted that person. Open rates are much higher when you personalize it. And again, I've said this, don't just send the iDecide link. Make sure you say something to them. Guys, and I hope you guys just picked up on that little nugget I shared with you about using social media. I make posts on social media. When somebody likes it, even just liking it, right? If you make a reel and you post it on your social media, in your Instagram, for example, and they like it, you have their name. So you can actually create an iDecide with their name and then click on it, like them, follow them, whatever, and then send them the customized iDecide instead of the post a link. You're going to get so much more results doing that, guys. This is the company I was telling you about. This presentation's interactive, so you'll have fun with it. Enjoy. Or I created, this is a custom presentation just for you. And, any of those kind of things, just letting them know that it's interactive and to enjoy it. Don't just send the link, right? You guys are business owners, right? You should always be thinking with a business mindset. What can I do to have the best results? And just blasting this link to people's, your engagement's going to go down. If somebody just sent me a link, I'm going to think it's a scam. I'm not even going to click on it. Oh, somebody got hacked or whatever. But if you say, hey, Jay, just wanted to share this with you. It's an interactive presentation just for you. Really want you to understand what I'm doing now. And then you paste the link there, you're going to have so much more success.
Eric, real quick, I got one of my team members here. She's trying to create an invitation, and you can see it right here in the messages. And apparently, a lot of people are getting this. Could not create invitation, invalid response code, bad request. Tatiana's having the same thing. Yolanda Uribe is having the same thing. A lot of people are having the same situation.
What is it? The Spanish presentation?
Tatiana says it's both, and Yolanda says it's a Spanish one.
Okay, because I just sent a Lifewave one today, doing some testing. Do me a favor. Email me, eric@idecide.com, the actual links you're clicking on. Or you're saying in your back office it won't even let them create one?
Yeah.
Okay. I will email my team immediately after this presentation. Tatiana, can you unmute yourself? I don't know if she can do that.
Yeah, I got her.
Yes. Hi. Thank you so much. I tried doing it on the app and it won't let me for Spanish or English. But then, and so I disinstalled it. I erased it from my phone and I downloaded it again. And it was still doing the same. So I finally went on to the website and I was able to do it via the website, but not through the app.
Okay. So the website you can, the app you can't.
So the other way around.
Yolanda, ¿tú lo probaste en el website o era en el app?
Yolanda, did you try it on the website or on the app?
Perdón, otra vez.
Sorry, again?
What are you trying to create? Adding a contact or creating an actual link to send?
Creating an actual link to send. I
Okay.
first thought it was only the Spanish version because I was able to. No, I thought it was only the English version because I was able to create a Spanish one earlier today. And I needed to send out an English one right now, and I just couldn't. And so I tested it with the Spanish, and I couldn't either. So it's something fairly recent for me. I don't know if everyone else is recent.
Okay. On my app, I just did English and Spanish, and I was able to create a link in the app. So I'm not sure what's going on because if you understand our platform, if one person has a problem with it, everybody's having the same problem. It's system tied. So what I'd love for you to do, Tatiana, is just shoot me a quick email
Okay,
and let me know the problem that you're having. Just remind me. And
I will.
as soon as I'm done with this call, I have a follow-up call with our team because we have an evening team right now working on some production stuff. So I'll have them jump into that and look into it.
Could you please repeat your email?
Eric, ERIC,
Yes.
at iDecide.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. And guys, remember, if you ever have problems, email our customer service support team. Even before emailing me, you can CC me, but always email hi, H-I, and I'll show this at the end of the presentation, but hi at iDecide.com. Our team will respond really quickly. We typically say within 24 hours, but they're much faster than that. Obviously, volume plays into that. So I'm going to jump back into the training for interest of time. The last thing I want to share on setting these up, and these are the best practices, guys. That's why I'm spending time on this. Set this up verbally. The people that are getting that 90% close rates, and I'm telling you, 90% of the iDecides they send are being watched and getting a positive result. They're calling their prospect first. You don't tell them too much. Don't get into where you have to answer a bunch of questions, but you just want to let them know that you're excited and that they're going to love it, and that you're going to send them an iDecide, and that it's important for, it mean a lot for you to watch it. Because the goal is to get them to watch it. The iDecide will work. We need them to watch it. So if you set this up by calling them and telling them you're going to send it, then you send it and say, here's that presentation I called you about. Super excited. We'll talk soon. However you want to put your personality into that message, but you're going to then get a much higher engagement rate, and it works. Take the time to make the calls, guys. And then, of course, follow-up is key. I won't spend a lot of time on this because the bottom line is you are all business owners, and the only way you close business is if you follow up. So make sure you're following up. And then utilizing your analytics in your back office. If you're getting a lot of sends and not a lot of opens, there's things that we can help you do. And so for example, if your number of presentations you're sending is high, but they're not watching them, they're not viewing them, that's low. You need to improve your messaging on what can get them to click on it. But if your presentations are high, your view rates are high, but your close rate is down, and your analytics will show you that. And as soon as I'm done going over this, I'm going to tell you something really that you need to take advantage of. But if your close rates are low, then it may be the quality of prospect you're seeking. And so you may want to look at, who am I sending these to, right? But if your presentation numbers that you send are low, but the view rates are high, the close rates are high, well, that just tells you need to send a lot more iDecides to get those numbers up. Personalized links versus post a link. Which day of the week people are viewing and closing. How is one presentation performing compared to another one, right? All of that's in your analytics. But if you don't know how to read the analytics, that's okay. If you'll email our team at hi@iDecide, include your name and your email address, and ask them if they can help you analyze the data. After about 30 days, you don't want to do it right now because you've been playing with it. Your data is going to be off a little bit for that first 30 days because you're playing with it, you're learning it. But you email our team, they will analyze your analytics for you and send you an email kind of showing you what it looks like and what they're seeing in trends. And they'll do that for you at no cost, guys. That's all included. So we'll finish up with have fun. Encourage your teams to use it. Because if you bring somebody new into the business, I tell people it's a must have. If you're truly serious about building a business, then you need to have the tools that we use in your systems to be able to have the success they're looking for. You know, look,
Hey, Eric,
yeah.
sorry, I'm getting ready to take off. I just wanted you to mention for anybody. Sorry, they're talking. Give me one thing.
Nope.
Can you just make sure you tell everyone that's not signed up or for anybody that's on their team that you guys are still offering the 149 for people to sign up? I just want to make sure we mention that.
That should be the last slide.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you so much, man. I just want to make sure. Thank you guys so much. I'm taking off.
All right, we'll see you, Jay. Travel safe.
Thank you, Eric. Take care.
I already told you that you encouraging your team to use it, guys, is so important. You want them to have success. If they get success, if they send us their top 25 prospects in their first week and you help them do it and they get success, they're not going anywhere. You don't have to worry about them quitting on you. So, the lifetime never pay again. Anyone that comes into Lifewave, any of your teammates, first 30 days with Lifewave, they get the lifetime 149. So if you sign up tonight, you go to, when you sign up, click on, go to getiDecide.com/Lifewave. Click buy now, select your team, right? If your team's not listed, if you happen to be watching this, you don't have a team, there's a regular Lifewave one that doesn't have a team. You can select that one. But if you select on that and click the sign up, the lifetime specials there, and your new people can always sign up for that there for that special as well. Again, if you have any questions, problems, email hi at iDecide. And then every Tuesday night, if you're available at 8:30, we have a generic iDecide training at iDecidetraining.com. It's generic. It's just, it's more of a webinar style. And we do trainings every Tuesday night. So guys, that's everything for tonight on the presentation. I will open it up for some questions, and I just appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you, Eric. I really appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. Chicos, miren, ya vamos a cerrar esto. Cuando nosotros obviamente aprendimos de esto, lo que estábamos
Guys, we're going to
pensando,
close
y
now. So
ustedes
obviously,
que
when we
muchos de
decided to
ustedes
do
tienen
this, we
miedo
were thinking that many
en
of you
presentar o no
are
se
afraid
sienten
in
cómodos para
presenting the
presentar
opportunity or
o
don't feel
no se
comfortable
sienten
presenting or
seguros en tener una
don't
presentación
feel
de negocio.
safe with a business
Ya esto
presentation.
está hecho para que ustedes
This
no
is
tengan que
done
hacerlo.
so you don't have to do that anymore.
Ahora lo tenemos que hacer correctamente.
Now
Nada
we
que
have to do
nosotros
this
vayamos a
correctly.
empezar el
Nothing
primer
that
día
we start the
va a
first day
funcionar perfecto,
will
¿no? Y
work
tú también
perfectly
estás
from the first
aprendiendo,
day.
pero le tienes que dar un
You're also
chance.
learning, but you need to give it
Si
a
no lo
chance.
pruebas,
If you
yo
don't
puedo ver
try
las
it,
analíticas de nuestro equipo.
I can
Pocas
see the
personas
analytics from
lo
our
están
team.
mandando.
Not a lot of
Pocas
people are
personas.
sending it. Not a lot.
Yo veo personas que se lo mandaban dos
I
personas.
see
No vas a
people
tener,
who
no,
just
esto
sent
no es
it to
es
two
como un
people.
juego de
That's not
números.
enough. This is a
Entra
numbers
a tu lista,
game.
como dijo Eric,
Go
contacten a
into
las
your list,
personas.
like Eric
Hey,
said.
mira, te
Contact
quiero
the
mandar una
people. Hey, I would like
presentación
to
para
send you a
escuchar de ti.
presentation to hear
Confío
about you.
mucho en tu
I
opinión.
trust very much in your
Me prestas
opinion.
unos 5 o 10
Could you
minutos, por
give me
favor? Es
5 to
una
10 minutes,
presentación
please?
interactiva. ¿Me
It's
haces
an
ese favor? Ok,
interactive
aquí te lo voy a
presentation.
enviar. Y se lo enviamos,
Okay, I'll
pero
send it to you,
acuérdense
and
que
then you send it.
no es
But
enviado, postar o
remember
postear
that
en las
it's
redes
not
sociales y
sending or
después, nada
posting in
pasó.
social media.
No, tenemos que hacer un
And that's it.
seguimiento con la
No, we
persona.
need to do a
Y
follow
eso,
up
y
with
iDecide
people. And
te va a
this,
decir, la persona
iDecide is going to
terminó.
tell you that
Si esa
person
persona terminó, va a
watched it or
elegir
didn't
algo.
watch it. If that person
Yo
watched
estaba
it
mirando
until
el de
the end,
nosotros
I'm going to tell
y
you
creo
something. I was
que
seeing our
habían
numbers,
de
our
100,
rates, and I
de
think out of
100
100,
hay más, pero
no,
hice
there's
el
more.
número a 100 para
But
hacerlo
it
fácil.
says 100.
Habían
Let's say 100 to
24
make it
personas
easier.
que dijeron
Out of
sí,
100, there were 24 people who said
que
yes,
querían hacer
who
socio de negocio.
wanted to be business partners.
Nosotros entramos y contactamos a esas personas.
We contacted those
La
people.
mayoría firmó.
Most of them enrolled.
no tengo el dinero, o
And
no tengo el
others didn't
dinero
have the
para
money,
cancelar, pero los
or they'll have the money in a
contactamos.
week, but at least
Si
we
tú no
made
usas
that
la
point of
herramienta
contact. If you don't use
que
the
tienes
tool
en la mano,
that you
va a ser
have in
imposible.
your hands, it's going to be
Vamos a
impossible.
seguir entrenando,
Let's
vamos a seguir
continue
pasando tiempo
training.
con
Let's
Eric.
continue
Eric, otra vez,
spending time
muchas
with
gracias
Eric. And
por el
Eric,
tiempo
again, thank you
tuyo.
so much for your time.
Vamos a hacer un otro
We are
entrenamiento
going
más
to
adelante
continue
en
doing more
español.
trainings later
Le voy a
on
preguntar a
in
Eric si me
Spanish. I'm
puedes
going to ask Eric
hacer
if
o me pueden dar
he
esos slides
can
que él
give me
tiene
those
para
slides
nosotros
that he
tenerlos en
has for us
español,
to be able
para
to
que
have them
ustedes
in
lo
Spanish,
puedan leer
so you can
también en
read what is
español
being
cuando lo
said in
estamos
Spanish
haciendo,
too while we're
para
presenting
nosotros
it,
poder
for us
compartirle
to
eso
be
a
able to
ustedes,
share
chicos.
this to you guys.
Tenemos que ya cerrar,
We
irnos.
have to close the
Chicos,
meeting now. We
si
need to leave.
tienen una pregunta, por
Guys, if
favor,
you have any
hi
question,
at
please,
iDecide, en
hi
español,
at
inglés, no
iDecide in
importa.
Spanish,
Ellos
English,
son
it
muy,
doesn't
muy
matter.
rápido y te van
They
a
are
contestar mucho
very,
mejor
very
que
quick in
yo,
replying, and they're
Jay,
going to answer much better than this.
Esteban, Juan
Me, Jay,
Carlos.
Esteban, Juan
Ellos son los
Carlos,
expertos, nosotros
they
no,
are the
chicos. Que Dios
expert,
me los
not
bendiga a
us.
cada
God
uno de
bless you
ustedes.
all,
Los
each and every
queremos.
one of you.
Eric,
We
thank you so
love you.
much
Eric,
again for
thank you
your
so
time,
much
brother.
again
I
for your
really
time.
appreciate you, man, and we'll be
Thanks,
talking soon.
guys.